your echo. Here's you on the thing.
The recording has been started. All right. So does that mean we're good to go now?
Yeah, we're on. So what we'll do is you can do whatever. Go freshen up or whatever.
What's
9
that?
o'clock or whatever. That's when we'll start. But you can think around now if you want.
What?
And
Wait.
also,
Say that. Say that again.
oh, so you can do it. We're gonna start in like 10 minutes or so. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
can do anything, you can do it.
All right. Where am I gonna be seeing the text and stuff?
Okay, that whole thing that says show chat box
Oh yeah, that's right. Where is that?
at the bottom of the screen, if I remember right.
Oh yeah. Show chat.
What up, everybody?
Here we go. Hey, so I'm not gonna be texting, right? I'm just gonna be talking.
Yep, that's it.
All right, cool. Well, let me go do some stuff real quick, and I'll come back and sit down in like 5 minutes or so.
Sounds cool.
All right.
All right, man.
Later, Maurice. Later, dudes. Bye. What up, crew? What's going on, guys? Good to see y'all too. Wait, is Cat on here? Hi, Mo. It's Cat. Nice. How's it going, Dave? What's up? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's good to be here. Hopefully, I can answer some questions that you guys might have about myself or the industry. Yep, I am. I'm in my man room. What I call my man room. It's just basically a room full of boards. Here, I can show you a little bit, I guess. They're all my pro models from past to present. Some other paraphernalia, being just stuff written about me and like my Oakley ads and like past boards, current boards, my cover from Alliance, and then I've got some other stuff behind my computer here. Let's see, I keep forgetting that I have to read these things. Hold on. Oh, Emma wants some camera time. Oh yeah, right on. Were you guys there in the boat that was on the river, or were you guys with us? Were you guys with our crew, or in the red X11? Nice, right on. Oh, X1, yeah. Yeah, it was good meeting you guys. Hopefully you guys had a fun time watching, I guess, history and making, since we used some of those shots that day from that river. When did I know I was a pro wakeboarder? Oh man, I guess when I first signed with a company that was gonna pay me money, I guess. And that well, actually, the first company that I ever actually made money from, it was weird. It was they gave me, it wasn't a salary or anything like that. It was just they gave me money to go to some contests, and basically the money was only enough to really support my travel there and the entry fee, and that was about it. That company was actually Origin Wakeboards, who are now out of business. But the first company that I officially became pro with, like getting a salary and a paycheck, and started making money off of, was I actually think it was uh, it's a toss up between Joby Wakeboards. I think it might have been Joby first, J Star, and Taiga. I think J Star came first, and I think Taiga came second. But that was in 2002. I think it was May of 2002. So that's, I guess, when I officially became a pro wakeboarder. And I was actually, at the time, I had very little payments at that time, but at that time I was actually making enough money to support myself, and my dad no longer had to support me, which I was really happy about. And ever since then, I've been making a living on my own. So my '09 setup is awesome. Have you guys seen it? It's basically the exact same board as last year. Same shape and everything, different graphics. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have bindings yet. I'm hoping that Liquid Force finds it fitting to give me a pair of bindings. I've been asking now for a little while. I've actually always wanted to design a pair of bindings. We got a really good binding team over at Liquid Force, so yeah, put in a good word if you don't mind. But yeah, as far as bindings and my setup goes, just the graphics different. Actually, these three boards behind me are um, the new boards. So the 35, the 39, and the 43. I'm not sure if you guys can see the color patterns on them, but basically blue, lime green, and then orange. Let's see. Is it true that you how about a boat sponsor? I'm not sure what the question is there. Maybe you're asking me if is it true that I don't have a boat sponsor? Yes, that's absolutely true. I do not have a boat sponsor. I haven't had a boat sponsor since 2005, and I've been desperately looking for quite some time now. But um, I bought a boat, so I don't. I got it at a good deal, which I was really happy about, and the company that I got a good deal with it from. I was hoping I was going to end up writing from, but I guess something just fell through the cracks and it didn't really happen. So let's see, what trick would I be like? Would I like to be able to do, but have a hard time with? I don't know, man. Like it depends on how long I've been writing, or like if I've taken a break or not. But I can't really think of any trick. There's tricks that I've done before where I've landed them and they didn't really feel too much like they didn't feel fun to me at all. So I just kind of stopped doing them. But fashion area, I don't know. That's kind of hard to say what trick would I like to be able to do, but I've never really been able to do it. I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess it would be cool to do the first ever 1440. I officially signed with Liquid Force. Let's see, what was it? In '07. So I first began writing for them officially January 1st of 2007. What keeps me motivated? Actually, it's really weird. I guess I'll get a little deep with you guys, but lately I've kind of become really unmotivated, which sucks. It's basically it started in like November this past fall, and pretty much went up until about a couple weeks ago. And I actually just blogged about it yesterday or the day before. But yeah, on my website, keithlyman.com. But yeah, what keeps me motivated? I don't know, like I guess warm weather, really big wakes, and just it's really weird. I guess it's weather. I guess weather keeps me motivated. Who's my mentor for wakeboarding? As far as a wakeboarder goes, who's my mentor on a wakeboard? Like who would I like to ride like? I actually take about a handful of guys that I like to ride like, but I mean, I guess if I could pinpoint any one person that really inspired me from the very beginning until now, as far as a wakeboarder goes, I would have to say Randall Harris. As far as a person goes, Sean Murray and Ben Greenwood, I think, would be the two guys that are pro wakeboarders that you know, I really truly respect as far as not only their skills but their just being people. Let's see, are you ever going? Yeah. Do I have any tramp training? uh, I've never had official trampoline training. I've taught myself pretty much everything on a trampoline, but am I going to start my own school? Yeah, I've actually been talking about it with Maurice, and kind of me and him brought it up first, and I was wanting to do maybe something out of my house, but I looked into insurance for that, and it just, homeowners insurance versus school insurance, it would kind of get a little tricky, but I actually am talking to Maurice and Stokemeter.com to maybe do some Keith Lyman, uh, I don't know what you want to call it, the clinics, I guess, where we'll set it up through Stokemeter.com and probably KeithLyman.com as well, and offer offer my services as far as a coach or just somebody to come out there and ride with you guys. So it'd basically be me go to you guys type of thing. So Yeah, road training, I guess you can call it. Yeah, it'd be me going to locations, people who pay to have me come out for 4 or 5 days to coach them behind their own boats and stuff like that. Keith clinics, yeah. Need a clinic up there in New Jersey. I missed this question. Here we go. We need a clinic up here in New Jersey. I missed you in Pennsylvania last year. Yeah. Like I said, me and Stokemeter.com will probably start setting up some things for hopefully this year. This summer gets a little. The summer times, well, basically um, the season, my season, beginning in April all the way till October, gets pretty busy, and I travel quite a bit. So what I'd like to do is sit down and try to figure out some dates on the calendar to kind of block off. And if you guys are interested in it, if you want to book it for that week, then basically we'll go through Stokemeter.com and or KeithLyman.com and figure it out. But for right now, it's we're talking about it. It sounds like it's probably going to work. It's probably going to happen. So um, just stay tuned. Basically, to Stokemeter.com and or my site. What is my what is my I'm not sure what this question. What is a thought on doing a Ole 3.5? I don't know what that meant. The details on my rates will be on Stokemeter.com and KeithLyman.com once we get it set up. But once again, we haven't officially got it set up yet. So once all that's set up, we will you guys will be able to figure it all out. So up in NorCal, I really I've been up there a couple times actually, primarily to film. Um, I'm not sure if I've ever really done any clinics up there. But no, as far as being in NorCal, I'm not up there very often. Southern California, yeah, I am. I am down there quite often. My girlfriend lives down there, and Liquid Forest and Oakley, my sponsors are down there, and I got a bunch of friends down there at the Carlsbad Lagoon and um, out at Canyon Lake area. Ride with those guys. So yes, I would definitely. If you guys are interested in doing a clinic, it's gonna be the way it's gonna happen is basically you guys got to come up with probably a minimum of 3 people, maximum of 5. So anywhere between 3 and 5 people. I don't really want to do too many more people than that because I want to kind of keep it as personal as I can get it. As far as you guys learning as much as possible and me trying to teach you as much as possible. Once you have over 5 people on a boat, or even sometimes 5 people on a boat, it gets a little hectic. Not only that, but it takes a lot of time too, especially if you're working on a specific trick. So as far as getting people together to do a clinic, yeah, that's gonna have to kind of be a requirement unless you're willing to come up with you know a cost of a clinic just for yourself or something like that. But we will kind of require there to be a minimum of 3, maximum of 5 people. So yes, I actually do plan on doing some contests right now. I'm planning in Orlando. We kind of have a season kickoff contest. It's out in Windermere. It's on the west side of Orlando. It's basically it's a it's a really nice ritzy town called Windermere, but they have a town carnival, I guess you can call it, every year, and they've actually incorporated wakeboarding into it. And over the years, it's gotten bigger and bigger. I actually won the first one ever in 2003, and then that's always the first weekend of April, I believe. So right now I'm getting ready for that, and actually they have like prize money for it and everything this year, so it's actually getting pretty big. Like first place is just as much as a pro tour stop, and then it kind of filters down from there. But yeah, I'm getting ready for the Windermere contest right now, which is 2 weeks away, pretty much. And then after that is weight games, and I'll be doing weight games, and then I plan on doing as many contests as I possibly can. All depending on if I can get some help from some sponsors to go to them and stuff like that. So will I shorten my rope or slow down the boat? Come on, man. No, of course not. Keith Lyman, man, I can't do that. Am I gonna be on Stokemeter forums? I actually, um, I don't know. I feel that's kind of a touchy subject as far as um, being a pro athlete and being on a forum. I know that Sean Murray gets on Wake World a lot, and I think it's awesome to like be able to contact people on forums and stuff like that. But being a pro athlete, like reading some of the stuff on there is it's really cool, and I was there at one point. I never actually talked on forums or anything like that. But I would read them all and stuff like that, and it's basically it's like it's news, it's gossip, and it's good, it's bad. But as far as me getting on a forum, I've gotten on them before just to kind of say my thing and kind of get off. But yeah, I might jump on some forums from here with Maurice's thing here. I mean Stokemeter.com. But yeah, I'd probably jump on a forum every now and again. Let's see here. I got some questions over here. I'm a pro athlete and pro lurker. What speed do I ride at? I'm sorry, my knee is doing well. Yes, my knee is, knock on wood, it's doing well. I haven't really been working out too much, so it's kind of gotten weak, but I'm hoping to get back on it here pretty soon. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm not riding with a brace anymore. I'm going big again. I'm laying out in the flats and stuff, so I'm happy about that. Um, what speed do I ride at? It kind of varies. Um, I mean, behind my boat, my speedo says that I ride at 26. I think that that's actually really accurate. So I think depending on how much weight I have in a boat and what boat I'm riding behind, it'll vary. 1 to 2 miles an hour faster or slower. So, but roughly it's right about 26. Oh no, I definitely Stokemeter.com. I like how it's basically all positive vibes and positive people and stuff like that. So you know I like what the guys with Stokemeter have done with the site. So I feel that it's got a warm and fuzzy feel to it. So I probably definitely would jump on chat forums with these guys and stuff like that. And Maurice is a good buddy of mine, so I'd be down to help him out as much as possible, and he's definitely obviously down to help me out as much as possible. So let's see. You think you'll ever interview your pro friends on this thing? Yeah, yeah. Actually, I've been thinking about interviewing some of my friends. I've actually, uh, no, no disrespect to Stokemeter at all, but I was actually planning on doing some interviews with a couple of my friends on actually my website, which is keithlyman.com. But doing interviews with Stokemeter and stuff like that, I would definitely be down to do that for them as well. So. Yeah, Murray would be fun to interview for sure. How did I meet Mo? I met Mo. It's kind of a long story, but I'll try to make it as short as possible. My good friend Justin Stevens, who is now the owner of Company Wake or Company Wake, and at the time was the filmer, the in-house filmer for Liquid Force. We were building the movie. I'm sure you guys have all seen it or at least heard of it, The Truth. Um, we made that movie, and I guess how the story goes, Maurice saw the movie, was so passionate like he is about the movie and how awesome it came out, and contacted somebody at Liquid Force, and that somebody ended up being Mike Zimmerman, who basically, if you call Liquid Force and hit 0, you'll get Mike Zimmerman. But contacted Mike via, I think, email, telling him that he just wanted to, you know, I guess give his thanks to Justin as well as, or give his thanks to Justin for creating such an awesome and inspirational film. So Justin got that, and Maurice in that email was like, if you ever want to come to New York to do some riding in front of the Statue of Liberty, or just riding in New York or New Jersey, let me know. I'll set it all up. So that next year, Justin was filming with Oakley, um, you know, which I'm a part of for Push Process. So Justin found it would be a good idea to hit up Maurice and see if we could get up there. And we didn't know Maurice. Justin had never met Maurice, so we kind of flew into uh, New York just hoping that things would turn out to be cool, not knowing any of these people at all, and other than just talking to them on the phone. But basically, we got up there, and Maurice was like the most stoked person we'd ever met by far in life, and we you know Chase Hebner basically gave him the name Stokemeter guy. Every time we would get out of the car, he'd be like, "Hey Maurice, what's your Stokemeter at?" And he would always say 10. So that's how I met Maurice. That didn't end up being a short story at all. Yeah, the glasses that I wear right now, well, my favorites from Oakley are the oil rigs. They're just, I don't know, I just think they fit my face the best. I like them a lot. They're pretty rad. They're badass looking. No, I have not seen my section for global warming yet. I actually am struggling right now with filming for that. My good buddy and producer, editor, I don't know what you want to call him. He's the guy making the film, Ronnie Ramiro. Me and him and a bunch of the other guys are filming right now. Let's put it this way: every section is done except for mine and one other person's. And since I've been really unmotivated this past winter, I really haven't been getting too much stuff done, unfortunately. And I'm basically about ready to step it up here for him and get back on the water since it's getting warmer out and stuff like that. So we got like a month max, maybe two, to get some hammers. So I'm hoping that I can pull it together and create a better section than what my last section was, or at least try to come out even with that last section. Who do I ride with? I don't like that word, train. I ride with a bunch of different people. Right now, my buddy from Japan, Yuki Taguchi, is actually in town. He's staying with me right now, and so I'm riding with him just about every day, 2 sets a day with him. Um, my best friend Ben Greenwood as much as possible, but he lives like an um, hour away from me, so it's kind of a pain in the ass to get out there and ride with him. But most frequently, I ride with Jeff McKee, Robbie Jakes, and until recently Emily Copeland, but unfortunately they moved off of my lake. So what's the hardest thing about being a pro wakeboarder? I don't know. I guess living up to my own expectations. I feel that like I know I can be better, and I want to be better. It's just yeah, I guess it's just living up to my own expectations. Like I always obviously want to become better and push myself harder and stuff like that. It's really just like yeah. Other than that, nothing's really. I wouldn't say anything really is that hard. The traveling can get pretty gnarly at times, like kind of crazy flight schedules and stuff like that. But I mean, when it comes down to it, like, dude, I'm traveling for wakeboarding. I'm getting paid to do it. Like, I don't think too many people should bitch about that because it's a pretty kick-ass job. So let's see. This is a question. Yeah, that poster is actually in a lot of sunglass stores. I've actually got a. I'm sure you guys are talking about the military-esque one, but yeah, Oakley's done an amazing job with me, man. They have really supported me from the day they signed me until today. But like, um, they are awesome. I not only stand behind them because they have helped me out through thick and thin, but like they're just an awesome company, man. Like I've been to the factory several times. Everybody that works there is just awesome. They all really are passionate and they all really care about the sports that they represent. Not just the athletes, but the actual sports. So like they actually care about wakeboarding. They actually care about surfing. They actually care about skateboarding. You know, and the image that it portrays. So yeah, they put me up in a lot of stores, man. I've walked into San Francisco with my girlfriend and walked past like a sunglass hut, and I had one of those little cards there. I've actually got those little cards, but um, yeah, I've seen it there. I've seen it on the streets of uh, in California, Southern California, like Santa Monica. I was walking down there just a couple days ago with my girlfriend. I'm in the window there and stuff. So it's pretty cool to like be all over the country and even some parts of the world and just like see myself in sunglass huts and sunglass like stores and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. If I can swim, yes, I can swim like a fish. Yeah. Yeah, I came up with that idea for the wake to rail gap. I've actually that trick or not trick, but that I don't know what you want to call it. I don't like calling it a stunt because a stunt just seems like I don't know, like an uncontrolled type of thing. Um, with this wake to rail gap, I basically have, like I said, I had this thought in my head for a long time. Basically, when Ben Greenwood and I first ever moved to Florida, I came up with the idea, and I don't think I ever really discussed it with Ben or anybody else, but it was just something that I was like, man, that would be cool to do. And I actually came from snowboarding. Watching some snowboard video, I saw somebody hitting a huge kicker up to a tabletop that had like a mailbox rail on it or something like that, and then a gap down to a landing ramp or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I came up with that idea. I did not steal it from anybody else, or at least that I know of. I've never heard of anybody else talking about it. So I came up with the idea. I pitched it to Pat Panacos, told Oakley about it, and Oakley paid for it, and it happened. And I was stoked. I probably wouldn't have happened without Oakley backing it. So that's just another reason for me to be all about Oakley. They helped me do something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and it came out really, really well. And I'm gonna be known for that for hopefully forever. Let's see your favorite trick. Once again, yes, I can swim. I'm awesome at swimming. My favorite trick to throw down when girls are on the boat. I don't know. I don't know. A rally, I guess. Just do a Superman or something like that. What's the coolest thing I've done as a pro wakeboarder? There's been quite a few things. There's been a lot of things, but really, yeah, I know, weak. Whatever, man. Girls don't know anything about wakeboarding. They just want to see you look like Superman. I mean, be honest. Girls really want a superhero. That's all they want. They just want a superhero like Spider-Man to kiss him. So, let's see here. Uh, I'm sure that was probably a cat. Chicks do dig willies. uh, what's the coolest I've done? What's the coolest thing I've done as a pro wakeboarder? I got to go to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and I am a huge military fanatic. I love the military. I probably actually would be in the military right now if it wasn't for wakeboarding. I was planning on joining. At the time, would have been the Marine Corps, but I discovered wakeboarding and I love it. So and I get paid to do it, so it's a pretty kick-ass job. But no, going to Guantanamo Bay was pretty awesome. My housemate's clothes are dry. um, anyway, Guantanamo Bay was awesome. I got to go there with my good friend Mikey Marsh, who actually set the whole trip up. His brother Billy Marsh was actually stationed down there. Um, he's in the Coast Guard, so we set that up with Mastercraft, or I'm sorry, Mikey set that up with Mastercraft, and he made it happen and brought me along. So I was really happy to be a part of that. That was awesome. Being down there with some of America's finest and all the prisoners that we kicked their asses. When am I coming back to California? I don't know. I just got back from California, and I'm here now for a little bit. So unless I go out there for personal reasons, right now I don't think I have anything on the calendar. But as far as going back out to California, I don't know. Maybe you guys can come up with a clinic and get me out there, fly me out there, stuff like that. So let's see. So when am I coming to New Jersey? Right now, no plans yet. Arizona, no plans yet. Um, so yeah. Boston Whaler just came out with a 15-foot outboard wakeboard boat. Maybe they'll sponsor me. I think you just find a way to do it behind one. Do behind it just for kicks of course. Yeah. Yeah, man, Boston Whaler. I'm from Massachusetts, so maybe they'd be down to sponsor me. What boat did I start out with on? It was I think it was like a 19-foot outboard hydrodyne. My dad was a slalom skier. My mom and dad were slalom skiers, actually 3 event skiers. So um, that was the boat that I started wakeboarding behind. And then within about a couple months from that, I realized I needed a better boat. My dad uh, was awesome, man. My dad went and talked to some boat companies to see if they need a local rep up in Massachusetts where I was from, and Tyga at the time said that they needed somebody like that, and so my dad got a deal on a boat, and we got a new boat. Let's see. How cold of water will I ride in? I've rode in some pretty cold water. I guess it's, uh, you know, what I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't like to ride in anything colder than 75. But I've ridden in some pretty cold water. If the water is below if the water is below 65, I'm not coming. Yeah, 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 for sure. My family helped me out a lot. My dad, who I was living with at the time, really helped financially support me to get down to Florida. And then um, my mom, my mom and dad were 3 event skiers, so they had a passion for being on the water and water sports. So when they realized that, I wanted to pursue wakeboarding professionally, they had, nothing but support for me and, pushed me to. Well, actually, they didn't push me, but they gave me all the tools necessary to let me do whatever I wanted to do, and luckily I had enough passion, enough skill, and enough working ethics to become what I've become. So yeah, I slept in a tent for a year when I first moved. Well, not when I first moved to Florida, but after being in Florida for about 4 or 5 months. Yeah, the first 3 or 4 months I was in a wakeboard camp, and after that my sister moved down to Florida, and I lived in a 3 bedroom house. Me, my sister, and my sister's friends from college, and so every room was obviously taken up. And a guy that I didn't know too well at the time, I'd met maybe once or twice before. I saw him at Surf Expo, and his name is Ben Greenwood, who is obviously Ben Greenwood. At the time, I hardly knew him. He just graduated college, and I told him, that I was living down here in Florida. I needed somebody to live with me to be able to drive the boat and ride every day. And he was like, "All right, I'll move down." I didn't take him too seriously, and a week later, he called me, told me that his truck was packed and that he was on 95 heading south for Orlando. And I was like, "All right." I was, not telling him that all 3 bedrooms were taken up. I went to Walmart, bought an 8-person tent, and pitched it in the backyard. And when Ben got there, I gave him my room, and I slept in the tent for a year. What's the military draw? I don't really know. It's something that I get goosebumps talking about it, but I've loved it ever since I don't know, ever since I can remember. I was 2 years old, and my mom tried to shelter me from guns for as long as she possibly could, and I was, yeah, 2 years old, and I was picking up sticks on the front lawn and jumping on the ground, shooting cars as they went by, not knowing what a gun was yet. I guess it was just instincts or something. But um, uh, yeah, my dad got yelled at because mom thought that she my mom thought that he had told me what guns were when she told him not to. But as far as being in the military, I've always wanted to be in the military. If not for a long career, but just to see what it would be like. You know what I mean? Like I've always wanted to. I'm an outdoors person. I love being in the woods. I love doing things. I love going like all the time. So I'm always on my feet. I like to do stuff, and I kind of grew up in the country a little bit. I grew up on like 80 acres of land with a private lake and like woods, and my dad had guns, and so I mean I grew up with horses and cows and chickens and stuff like that. So um, I'm a very woodsy type of person. I don't know. It's always appealed to me. Jumping out of a plane. Who would want to do that? That's pretty awesome. Shooting guns, blowing stuff up, and most of all, for me, it'd be protecting, our country. You know, what country can you live in other than maybe United States of America, Australia, Canada, and be a professional wakeboarder? So I mean, I've had a pretty good run of being a pro athlete and not been worried about going to a gas station getting suicide bombed or something like that. So, this country's awesome, and I would love to defend it. Let's see here. Do you remember what year you slept in a tent? Yep. You could use that for your project. I slept in a tent. Let's see. When did Ben move down? August. I forget when in August, but it was August 2001 to yeah, August 2001 to August 2002. So, and then after that, my sister moved out and I took her room. All right, let's see. You don't seem affected. Why? Affected by what? You've heard that I've done some target practice with the military. Longest distance. The furthest distance I've hit a target, whether it be with the military or not. I'm not actually in the military, so um, I've shot some long range shots before, but the longest distance that I hit a target with a iron sights, with just iron sights, no optics or anything like that, would have been, I believe it was 1,750 meters. So yeah, 1,750 meters I think was the longest shot that I've made with iron sights. And there's not many weapons that can fire that far as far as a accuracy goes. So that should probably tell you what kind of caliber of gun I was using. By being a pro, oh, I see. I don't seem to be affected by being a pro. I'm not sure as to what that means. What's your favorite handgun? Um, my favorite handgun is I haven't really shot a whole lot of handguns, but as far as caliber goes, I guess a 40 is a lot of fun. A 45 actually is pretty sweet. I always, before I really knew anything about guns, I always thought, smaller the caliber, the easier it is to stay on target. But um, I actually like a bigger caliber gun. 45s, I've gotten to shoot a couple 45s. They're awesome. I actually own a 40, so don't try to come steal any of these boards. But yeah, shooting. I've got a Springfield XD, which is a really fun gun. So I like that one probably the best. I got a couple other ones, but that's probably my favorite. The LF boards that I've ridden to come into my own pro models basically were started off with. I think I started off with a PS3. Um, I liked the way it edged, but I didn't really um, like the pop. and I didn't like the landings. Um, but it was semi fast. It edged all right. And then from there, let's see. I went the PS3 to I think it was the Shane. I went straight from the PS. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was it was Watson's board, um, the PS3, uh, Shane's board, the team board, the trip, and then that's when I shaped my board. So 5 boards before mine, but I had tried the Omega and I had tried Ben Greenwood's board, but I never actually rode them for a long period of time. Let's see, what did I take away from the Watson, the other boards? My favorite boards were Shane's board, the Trip, and the new Trip, of course. Um, it was Shane's board, the Trip, and the team. I liked the way that the Trip edged heel side to toe side, um, and I like the way the team, or I'm sorry, I like the way the Trip edged the best. Shane's board had really good pop to it, had a really good rocker line to it. It landed really nice. It didn't have as much ollie power as I wanted it to have, so I kind of incorporated the ollie power of a Watson board, which is actually I think only the only thing that I really took from a Watson board was the ollie power of it. But yeah, I mean, to make a long story short, I took all the best features of all the best features that I felt out of all the boards and combined it into one, which is now my board. So my board's got a lot of rocker or a lot of ollie power to it, a lot of kick off the wake, really soft landings, and just it's really aggressive as far as edging it. And the nice thing about it is that you can manipulate it and do whatever you'd like to do on it. So yeah, I loved the trip. And no, you're right. The Lyman is I wouldn't say is nothing like the trip, but the Lyman is there's some characteristics. If you really got on a trip and you rode that board for a long time and you actually you know started doing a bunch of stuff on it, you'd come to realize that the Lyman's has some very similar characteristics. It's it's fast like a trip. It has a really good aggressive pop off the wake like a trip. It lands a lot softer. It edges a little bit differently, and the landings are a lot more solid due to the 4 fins that's on the bottom of the Lyman board versus the trip. How the heck do I cut so hard? uh, I don't know, man. I got lean muscles. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. My ollie is double on my dad's Watson than my Lyman. How do you get so crazy high on your board? I don't know. That's weird. Maybe the way that you ollie is different the way than I ollie. So I don't really know what to say about that. But maybe go test it out on a water. Try to ollie up on some high stuff with Watson's board, and then do it with my board. Yeah, I don't know if I was an awesome soccer player or even if I was really, really good, but I would say I was pretty good. uh, I yeah, I love soccer. I still to this day love soccer, but I used to play keeper, and before that I was a center mid, so I scored quite a few goals and blocked a lot of blocked a lot of shots on our own net. So I still to this day love soccer. I love running around and playing soccer with just about anybody. So if you don't know me and you come to an event with a soccer ball or even a football or just a baseball and a glove, I'm down. We'll play. What's your favorite flavor? Chewy granola bar. Oh, peanut butter and chocolate chip. No question in my mind about that one. uh, favorite group slash song. I guess my two favorite bands would be Rise Against, even though they're extremely liberal. Nothing. I'm not trying to bash you liberals out there, but they're awesome, man. Rise Against is great, but my all-time favorite is Social Distortion for sure. Um, just some of the songs that they write and the lyrics that they incorporate in those songs are I can relate to a lot of them, so I like them a lot. Those are probably my two favorite bands. After that, it'd probably be like T Pain, Snoop Dogg, all those rappers, and they got a lot of soul in their songs. I'm totally kidding. Sorry, Libs. Didn't I was just saying, just for me, what Rise Against sings about. They're a little liberal, but I totally understand. That's their thing. That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, Social D does rocks. Miley Cyrus, yeah, she's got a lot of soul in her songs for sure. Let's see. I saw that your '08 board has words on them. Yeah, actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but I don't think it's too big of a secret now. But on my 2008 boards, from left to right, the 35 has a song from Social D on it called Faithless, I think. And then the 39 has lyrics also from Social D on it. It is Through These Eyes, which is kind of a song that I relate to as far as, uh, you know, how I've lived, I guess, as far as the past almost 10 years now. I've grown up. Oh shit. Oh, sorry. My computer just totally turned off. I apologize for any little kids that are watching. And then my 43 has lyrics on there from Rise Against. Tip the Scales by Rise Against. So what's next? Filming for global warming right now. That's kind of a project that I really need to get my act together on and start uh, getting some hammer stuff with those guys on. After that is traveling, for this summer, some of the tournaments and stuff like that, and uh, yeah, just I don't know. I kind of take it one thing at a time. But we've got this thing on the project on the back burner that I'm not supposed to really talk too much about. But it would basically be like it'd be the greatest thing ever. So I'm hoping that happens. It'd be with one of my major sponsors. So I'm hoping that works out for next year or the year after or something like that. The '09 Gear Guide in Lance. Yeah, I do actually ride the other sizes. I right now am jumping in between the 143 Lyman and the 139 Lyman. Um, there really aren't any downfalls of riding a bigger fall or a bigger board. A bigger board has a lot more pop to it because it has more surface area, and since it has more surface area, it actually displaces more water on landing, so it's actually softer. And yeah, you can actually go a lot bigger on a bigger size board. The only downfall, I guess, people would say is there's more swing weight. But the way that my board is designed, it has through the tips and tails, it's been narrowed out a lot. Not only for kind of a little bit of a flexy type of pop, so that when you are ollieing or snapping stuff off the wake, that flex actually provides a little bit of snap, but it also reduces swing weight as well. So, what did I think of Randall's Access? It's awesome. I went out there when Randall first ever got it, and we rode behind it without too much weight behind it, but it had seriously maybe like 2 or 3 hours on it or something like that, and which was actually good at the time because I hadn't really been riding for about like 4 or 5 months. But the wake is awesome. It's very similar to a Malibu, very clean, very crisp. And then I just went out there and rode with him a couple days ago, and he had it fully loaded, and the wake was awesome. I mean, I've got a fully loaded Malibu, and it was very similar to what my boat was. So I think they only have Randall on the team right now, and if anybody knows anybody at Access, maybe you guys can put in a good word for me or something. Yeah, I'll stay on. I'll stay on here for a little bit longer. Try to answer some more questions. I don't really have too much going on, but I'll do a couple more questions and probably be on my way. Let's see. John wants to know if he should stop wakeboarding since he's over the hill. John, you should never stop wakeboarding, man. As long as you're having fun with it, I wouldn't stop wakeboarding. I'm sure you still do it because you love it. So. Karch wants to know why he sucks so bad at wakeboarding. I don't know. I can't help you out with that. Maybe you haven't gotten any instructions from this guy. Yeah, there's a huge difference in the Fly Series. Fly Series is almost half the weight of a normal board, so therefore you can get a bigger board, which has all those benefits of a bigger board, more pop, softer landings, without all that swing weight. So it's it's pretty rad. I've ridden them before, and it seriously feels like you have nothing underneath your feet. It's pretty crazy. So Cart sucks because he hangs with Mo. I don't know about that, man. Are the fly cores pretty durable? From what I've seen so far, yeah. I know Watson ride. I think Watson rides them all the time. I don't think he rides really anything other than his fly core. But I haven't broken one. But then again, I've only ridden it maybe twice. So I'm actually waiting on a shipment of 43s to come in. Fly core 43s to come in because I would like to put them through the ringer and see how durable they are. Awesome, man. I'm user 57690. You had a 43 Lyman. I appreciate that. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I will most likely be at Brostock this year, and hopefully I will be ready for the double up contest. I'm not a huge fan of double up since that's what blew up my last knee, but maybe I can get myself to ride in that for this year. Oh, hello, Cassie. How are you? Money. Awesome. You got a 139. I am stoked you like it. Hopefully you can let some other people ride that board and see if they like it as well. I'm pretty good at driving a double up. I mean, I wouldn't have been asked to drive the double up contest last year for Bro Stock if I wasn't good. And let me say this right now: Travis Moy is the best double up driver ever. Um, yeah, he's awesome. So I've taken a lot of tips from Travis, and I hope I'm doing him proud. I guess. But no, I mean I think I've got the eye for eyeing up double ups. Awesome. So you got your friends to buy a 39 Lyman too? Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully it makes them, or hopefully it benefits their riding and they learn a lot more tricks from it. Travis Moy does not use Perfect Pass because Perfect Pass, if Perfect Pass was perfect, it would be called Travis Moy. Put it that way. I actually don't use Perfect Pass either. I drive by hand. Wait, is Travis Moy on here? Nah, he would type slower. That'd probably be Ronnie Romero writing that. So where's the next stop? Next stop for what? For the tournaments or just for Keith Lyman? Uh, am I picking up any new sponsorship? Oh, am I? Yeah. I picked up Kicker and Straight Line. I've got a pro model handle coming out. It hopefully it'll be in stores by April next month, so you guys should check it out. It's gonna actually go really, really well for my 143 Lyman, so my board, so it'll be sick. Yeah, Kicker. I actually just got a dope setup from Kicker. I just got a. I'll show it. I'll show it to you guys. You guys can come with me through my house real quick. But I got a whole new stereo system from Kicker. Got speakers, amps, and some subs and stuff. So these are my speakers. Those are my amps. And these little bad boys in here. These are subs that are already boxed in and everything, little 10s. And they fit perfectly underneath my F-150 super cab truck that I've got. So that's my new setup with Kicker, and so that's pretty rad. Emma is hiding. She knows that I'm talking to people. Emma is my dog for you people that don't know. Holy censored. Ford all the way. That's right, man. I'm a Ford guy. I grew up with Ford. Well, I feel bad for Kat that she doesn't know what wakeboarding is. Maybe she should ask her boyfriend, since that's what he makes a living at doing. And I mean, she did only work at Fuel TV for how long? She should probably know what wakeboarding is. It's like ping pong. That's pretty accurate. Or like tennis. If you're sitting in the boat and you were watching wakeboarding, you'd be doing this the whole time. It's just like watching tennis or ping pong. Beat pong. Beer? Oh. Yeah, I'd definitely be down for coming back and doing some more of these things. Yeah, hopefully we can keep these going. That'd be cool. Tell you something about myself that nobody probably knows. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really know. I can't think of too much. Anyway, if I'm gonna get going here. If anybody has any more questions, now would be the time to ask them for sure. No worries, guys. I'm glad you guys had a good time. So, yeah, I'd be down to do this again for sure. And check out my website as well as Stokemeter.com, and I'm sure that you guys will start seeing some dates for clinics and stuff like that if any of you guys are interested. Later, money signs.